Among the American soldiers facing these overwhelming assaults are two young strangers who will soon trust each other with their lives. To share Hiroshi Miyamura's experiences, the gifted actor and star of Chicago Med, Brian Tee, and to share Joseph Annello's story, the Emmy-nominated actor, John Corbett.
Call me Hershey. Everyone does. I was a small-town all-American kid from Gallup, New Mexico. During World War II, when the town stood by us Japanese Americans and didn't send us to internment camps, I wanted more than ever to serve my country. I joined the Army. By 1950, I was off to Korea.
I was a big city kid from the west end of Boston, and during World War II, the GIs were our heroes. I'd never heard of Korea, but I couldn't wait to enlist. I was in my tent when this new guy walks in. I'd never seen a Japanese American before, but we found out real quick we had a lot in common.
We were both squad leaders in machine gun platoons, and boy, did we help each other through some fierce fighting. By spring, we were dug in near the 38th parallel, the boundary between North and South. We had 22 men total, covering an area the size of 5 football fields. Our job, hold the line at all costs.
It was April 24th, just before midnight. We made out this black mass moving up the mountain towards us. Then it started. The Chinese announcing their attack with blaring bugles, crashing cymbals, screaming, howling.
We kept shooting and lobbing grenades as the Chinese came, thousands of them, climbing over a wall made up of their own soldiers' dead bodies, until they got within range to fire on us.
I was crawling through flying bullets. I got hit in both legs. A grenade exploded behind me, and I felt a hole near my spine, big as my fist. Warm blood dripping down from my hand. I tried to get up. My legs wouldn't work. Then I blacked out.
My guys held the line for over 3 hours. We were almost out of ammo, and the Chinese were still coming. My duty was to save my squad, but it was hopeless. I shouted, "I'll hold them off as long as I can, get out of here!" By myself, I kept the machine gun going to give them cover to get away. When it jammed, I threw my last grenades and started stabbing with my bayonet as they swarmed in. How many did I kill? I didn't stop to count.
The Chinese dragged me to a courtyard with other American prisoners. The pain was excruciating, the bleeding wouldn't stop. But I was never so glad to see anybody as when Hershey walked toward me.
I was giving Joe what little first aid I could when the guards ordered us on a forced march to a POW camp.
I couldn't walk, so Hershey half drags, half carries me. But we got so far that we got so far behind the guards, we're gonna kill him if he didn't leave me. He refused. I had to beg him, "Hirsch, you put me down now. You gotta leave me."
I'm not leaving you, Joe. But I had no choice. I tried not to cry. We said our goodbyes. We both knew what that meant.
I laid there alone for 2 days, just waiting to die, until I was taken prisoner again with 4 other wounded Americans. One guy's leg was turning black, gangrene. We begged the Chinese guards for a knife to try and amputate his leg, but they ignored us. He died 2 days later. We were all gonna die if we didn't get out of there. We plotted an escape for the one guy who could still walk, and we prayed for the best. And 3 days later, we were rescued. I was trying to find out about Hiroshi. He'd saved my life, and I needed to know if he was okay.
The POW camp, it was another kind of hell. Every week, a couple of prisoners died from hunger. For more than 2 years, all I thought about was food and how to survive. But if I didn't give up, there was still hope.
I was sent to Fort Riley in Kansas, and every day I looked through the lists of released POWs for Hiroshi's name, but nothing. I even tried to go back to Korea and find him myself. And then a year later, I saw a photo in an old Newsweek magazine of Hiroshi shaking the hand of President Eisenhower. Can you believe it? I jumped in my car, I headed south straight to Gallup. Hiroshi's working in his uncle's auto parts store, and I walked in and he stared at me as if I were a ghost.
My God, you're dead.
My God, I thought you were dead.
Joe hadn't found me before because I'd been one of the last prisoners released. For my actions on that horrible April night, I was awarded the Medal of Honor. But all I could think was, for what? I wasn't a hero. I was doing my duty, keeping my men alive.
Me, I was awarded the Silver Star. But the best part was having Hiroshi back by my side. And ever since then, we've been there for each other.
The Korean War has been called the Forgotten War. But we never forgot the almost 37,000 of us who didn't come back. Why were we alive while so many young men had died? There must be a reason to still be on this earth.
So Hiroshi found us a new mission. To make sure our young people don't forget the Korean War, and to help them become good citizens. So we visit schools and we share those American ideals that we all fought for.
They're the values I've always tried to live by. About respecting and helping our fellow human beings. We can all rise to the occasion when duty calls. We can all be heroes.
Sir.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, sir. Turn around so the people can see you.